Hello, and welcome back to Easy English Hub. In our last lesson, we met Alex, a young man with a big dream to move to New York City. We saw how his entire daily routine is built around this goal, but a big part of that goal is mastering the English language. How does he do it? Today, we're going to look at the blueprint, the detailed plan of Alex's English study routine. This isn't just about reading a book, it's about living the language. Let's begin with his morning. We know Alex wakes up and makes breakfast, but his language learning starts the very second he is awake. This first technique is called immersion. Immersion means surrounding yourself with the language you are learning. Alex doesn't live in America yet, but he can create an American environment right in his home. His phone. We know Alex wakes up and makes breakfast, but his language learning starts the very second he is awake. This first technique is called immersion. Immersion means surrounding yourself with the language you are learning. Alex doesn't live in America yet, but he can create an American environment right in his home. His phone's language is set to English, so when his alarm rings, the words he reads are snooze and stop, not in his native language. This is a small but powerful first step. As he makes his coffee, he doesn't listen to local radio. Instead, he asks his smart speaker, "Hey, play me a news podcast from New York." He listens to a daily news briefing from a New York station. He doesn't understand every single word, and that's okay. The goal here is to get used to the rhythm, the speed, and the sounds of natural native speech. He's training his ear. He pays attention to how the weather forecast is announced, how the hosts greet each other. This is passive listening, but it is incredibly effective for building comprehension over time. While eating his breakfast, his immersion becomes more active. He opens a news app, again one from New York. He reads one short article. Maybe it's about a new restaurant opening or a problem with the subway. He keeps a special notebook, his vocabulary journal, next to him. When he sees a new word, like commuter or renovation, he writes it down. He doesn't just write the word, he writes the entire sentence he found it in. This gives the word context, which is the secret to remembering it. So, renovation becomes the Grand Central renovation will take 6 months. This morning routine, about 20 minutes long, has already filled his mind with authentic, real-world English. Now, we move to the most important part of his study day. Alex dedicates 1 full hour after his workday to active study. This is different from immersion. This is focused, deep learning. Today, his topic is a common grammar problem. The difference between the present perfect tense, like "I have seen that movie," and the past simple tense, "I saw that movie yesterday." He starts his study hour with a short, 5-minute video from a teacher on YouTube who explains the grammar rule. He watches it once without taking notes, just to understand the main idea. Then he watches it a second time, pausing the video to write down the key rules and example sentences in his notebook. He writes, "Past simple is for finished actions in the past with a specific time. Present perfect is for past actions with a result in the present or actions in a time that is not finished." After understanding the rule, he must practice it. He uses a grammar workbook website with interactive quizzes. The website gives him a sentence with a blank, and he has to choose the correct verb tense. For example, I visit New York 3 times. He thinks, this is an experience in my life. The time is not specific, so he chooses have visited. Another example, I go to the cinema last night. He thinks last night is a specific Finnish time, so he chooses went. He completes about 20 of these questions. If he makes a mistake, he reads the explanation carefully to understand why he was wrong. The final part of his active study hour is about making the language his own. He opens a blank document on his computer, and his task is to write 10 original sentences about his own life using the 2 tenses. He writes things like, I have always wanted to live in a big city, and I started saving money for my dream 2 years ago. He also writes, I have never been to the United States, but I have read many books about it. And yesterday, I researched jobs in Manhattan for 2 hours. This method connects the abstract grammar rule directly to his personal life and goals, making it much easier to remember and use correctly in the future. This hour of focused work is intense, but it is where he makes the most progress in his accuracy and understanding of the language structure. After his active study, Alex knows it's not enough to just learn the rules. He needs to use the language. He needs to practice his speaking and pronunciation. This is where he uses a technique called shadowing. Shadowing is simple. You listen to a native speaker and you repeat what they say at the exact same time, like a shadow. He finds a short, 1-minute audio clip of a man from New York talking about his favorite kind of pizza. He puts on his headphones. First, he just listens to the clip 2 or 3 times to get familiar with the words and the speed. Then, he starts shadowing. He plays the clip and tries to speak along with the man. It's difficult at first. He stumbles on his words, and his timing is off. But he doesn't give up. He plays the 1-minute clip again and again, shadowing it maybe 10 or 15 times. With each repetition, he gets a little better. He starts to copy the speaker's intonation, the way his voice rises and falls. He copies the way the speaker links words together, saying kinda instead of kind of. He records himself on his phone, on his first attempt and his last attempt. When he listens to the 2 recordings, the improvement is amazing. He sounds much more natural and confident. This 15-minute exercise doesn't teach him new vocabulary, but it drastically improves his pronunciation, rhythm, and fluency. It's a physical exercise for his mouth and tongue, training the muscles to produce new sounds correctly. Finally, we come to Alex's evening routine. This is where he combines relaxation with language practice. He believes that learning should also be fun. As we know, he likes to read books that are set in New York. Tonight, he is reading a detective story that takes place in Brooklyn. He reads for enjoyment. He doesn't stop to look up every single word he doesn't know. Instead, he tries to guess the meaning from the context of the story. This is called extensive reading, and it's a fantastic way to build vocabulary and improve reading speed naturally, without pressure. Before bed, he does one last thing. He opens a language exchange app on his phone. He has a partner, a girl named Sarah, who lives in New York and is learning his native language. He doesn't have a live conversation. Instead, he records a short 2-minute voice message for her. He uses the grammar he practiced earlier in the day. He says, "Hi, Sarah. How are you? I hope you've had a good week. Today, I studied the present perfect tense. So I wanted to tell you that I have decided on my new savings goal for the month. I have also found 3 new companies that I want to apply to. I didn't apply to them yet, but I worked on my resume yesterday." He sends the message. Tomorrow, Sarah will send a message back, correcting any mistakes he made and telling him about her day. This is a real, practical application of everything he learned. It's communication with a purpose. It turns a lonely study routine into a social, connected experience. So, let's review Alex's blueprint. He uses morning immersion to train his ear. He has a focused hour of active study to learn grammar and rules. He uses shadowing to improve his pronunciation and fluency. And he uses extensive reading and a language exchange app to make learning fun and practical. Alex knows that there is no magic secret to learning a language. The key is consistency and having a smart routine. His dream of New York feels closer every single day because he is not just waiting for it to happen. He is building the path to his dream, one word at a time. What part of Alex's routine will you try first? Thanks for watching.